Every day you open them without a second thought. A quick scroll, a few taps, it feels harmless. They have become part of our routine, part of our habits, part of how we live. But what if I told you behind every swipe, every notification, every algorithmically chosen post, something much bigger is happening? Something they don't want you to notice. 4 simple apps, 4 icons that you probably use every single day. But over time, those simple, harmless-looking icons on your home screen begin to do more than just serving you content. Today, we're going to look at 4 such apps that are literally controlling your life right now. Let's start with Instagram. Reels have transformed the way we consume content. Their design is not merely about entertainment. It's about engagement, keeping you hooked for as long as possible. The infinite scroll feature ensures that there's always another video waiting, removing natural breaks so you keep using it longer. These platforms use smart algorithms that study everything you do, what you watch, like, share, or simply scroll past, just to show you more of what keeps you hooked. One study found that 18% of users watch Reels for over 2 hours straight, a clear sign of just how good the platform is at keeping people glued to their screens.
I just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
TikToks or any short videos are made to be addicting.
Whenever I stopped watching TikTok, I started watching Reels on Facebook. So I can't just stop it.
Mirza Shabiha Jaha is a graduate student at WIU. It's what communication professor Josh Averbeck wanted to study.
It is a condensation of a longer message into something that's easily digestible.
He says short videos cater to short attention spans, combined with an algorithm that feeds people what they want.
We get the humor, we get the entertainment factor, we get the thrill, and then we can move on to the next one.
These apps mess with your brain. Every like, laugh, or new video triggers a hit of dopamine. It's the same trick slot machines use. Unpredictable rewards that keep you coming back for more. You start with just a scroll, then another, and before you know it, hours have passed.
How much time do you spend doing this? According to a survey, the average smartphone user scrolls the equivalent of 78 miles a year. That's 3 marathons. It may be good exercise for your finger, but there is evidence it may be hurting your brain.
This is a brain that's addicted to a smartphone.
These are MRI images from a recent study in Korea. All the red indicates increases in brain activity, the effects of smartphone addiction.
Do you want your brain to be this colorful?
You don't.
Addicted smartphone users' brains were so colorful, so active, it made them less attentive and more easily distracted. What's now informally called brain rot.
Studies now confirm short-form content is breaking our focus. It's training our brains to crave constant stimulation and reject anything that takes time, effort, or just a little bit of patience.
Katie Page Rosenberg, a freshman at the University of North Carolina, Asheville,
2 successes, 2 failures.
recently realized what too much scrolling was doing to her.
I wasn't able to focus because I would have to take out my phone every couple of minutes.
But here's the part that's even more disturbing. In 2020, Instagram was hit with allegations of secretly accessing users' cameras without permission, just straight up spying. One user noticed the green FaceTime symbol appeared at the top of the control panel while she was scrolling through her feeds. The green symbol appears when the camera is activated, but many users noticed that while browsing their Instagram feed, not during a video call or not posting a story, the green camera indicator popped up, meaning the cameras were allegedly watching them, quietly gathering extremely private and intimate personal data, and they had no idea. Instagram brushed it off, calling it just a bug. If the app is such a threat to adults, just imagine the damage they must be doing to kids. One study by Facebook on teens using Instagram in the US and the UK found that more than 40% of those who reported feeling unattractive said the feeling started when using Instagram. But knowing doesn't stop them from using, since it is feeding their self-worth. Your friends are on it, your job might rely on it. Instagram isn't just part of your phone anymore, it's part of your identity. The next app isn't just a tool, it's a reflex. The moment you're confused, curious, or even just simply bored, it's the first place you go. It's where decisions are made, arguments are settled, and answers are expected in seconds. Google search engine. You type a few words and thousands of answers appear, ranked, ordered, and highlighted. According to a recent study, Google processes approximately 13.7 billion searches per day in 2025, with over 5.01 billion users globally. Google dominates the search engine market with a 90.14% share. But here's the part most people never actually think about. What you see isn't everything that exists. It's the algorithm who is deciding what to show you. Google's algorithms scans your search history, location, and even the device you're using to curate specific search results. This is what researchers call the filter bubble, a personalized internet that quietly edits your reality based on what the AI thinks you should see. A study by DuckDuckGo revealed that users received significantly different search results for politically sensitive terms, like gun control and immigration, even after they have logged out or using incognito mode. But hold on, it goes even deeper. Google's autocomplete system, the tiny suggestions you see while typing, has also been found to manipulate your decisions. In 2020, multiple reports showed that Google's predictive text offered transphobic, sexist, politically skewed suggestions depending on the user's region and history. For example, I am extremely terrified of Chinese people or Black people or Mexican people. You think you're discovering information on your own, but in reality, you're being shown a carefully selected reality. But Google's influence doesn't end here. While Google Search shapes how you think, Google Maps shapes where you go. Most people think it's just a tool, right? But what they never realize is Google Maps doesn't just guide you. It follows you even without opening the app. As per a 2018 Business Insider report, Google confirms that it still can track your location even if you turn off the setting. They call it the Google Maps timeline. But after growing backlash in 2023, they announced their data would now be only accessible to users on their personal devices, rather than on the cloud. However, unless you manually choose to back it up, the data simply disappears. It's a subtle push to let users share even more of their personal information. The next app doesn't just sell you stuff, it studies you. Amazon. It knows what you search, what you buy, what you almost bought, and how long you hovered over an item. With over 2.7 billion visits per month and over 220 million Prime members, Amazon is becoming a digital empire that knows what you want before you do. According to statistics, Amazon made over $574 billion in net sales in 2023 alone. More than 35% of purchases came from algorithmic recommendations, meaning more than a third of what people buy are things they didn't even search for. And for many, Prime is a trapdoor. What starts as a 30-day free trial turns into a $139 per year auto-renew subscription, and studies have shown that 42% of users forget to cancel. That's over $17 billion in just passive income. And Amazon doesn't stop at online shopping. It owns Whole Foods, Audible, Twitch, Ring, IMDb, and even a chunk of the cloud powering the internet. It listens to you through Alexa, watches through Ring, knows your home address, shopping habit, streaming history, and now your grocery. This is no longer a shopping app. It's a full-fledged ecosystem that controls you. The next app doesn't just connect people, it rewires them. Facebook. With over 3.07 billion monthly active users in 2025, Facebook has been the digital powerhouse. You open it to check one thing, and somehow it already knows what you were thinking about. Even a product you just mentioned in a conversation, a person you haven't spoken to in years, a memory you didn't even realize you shared. It's like the app is listening, watching, predicting, and that's scary. Facebook doesn't just track what you post, it tracks everything. What you click, how long you stare at a photo, what you type and delete without posting, and even what content makes your eyes stop scrolling. That's not just creepy, that's behavioral surveillance. A study from Cambridge University found that the app can predict your personality traits, sexual orientation, religious beliefs, and even your mental health, just from your likes. And it's shockingly accurate. You could delete the app today, and Facebook would still know where you are. How? Through shadow profiles. The company collects information on people who don't even have an account, using contact lists, location data, and third-party apps. In 2018, data from over 87 million users was harvested without consent and used to manipulate elections. That wasn't a breach. That was Facebook doing what Facebook does best, collecting your data. Behind every like is an ad. Behind every ad is an algorithm trained to trigger emotions like fear and anger. But why? Because the more extreme, the better. Their own internal research showed that angry posts get 6 times more engagement than neutral ones. You're not being shown the truth. You're being shown whatever keeps you scrolling. We started using these apps to make our lives more convenient, to stay connected with the people we love, to save our time, and to keep ourselves entertained. But somewhere along the way, they started using us. So the next time you open your favorite app, pause. Ask yourself one question. Are you using it? Or is it using you?